Okay, we're leaving Kyleakin and we're off to a place called Kylerhea. I don't know if I've pronounced that correctly, but hopefully I have. And interesting place because it had to do with drovers and cattle and things like that, so we'll head off there now, okay? And see how we go. We're now at a place called Kylerhea where there's still a turntable ferry operating between here and Glenelg, which you'll see over there. But what this place is actually famous for was that this is where they used to take the cattle over this stretch of water and take them to the markets. I think the market was actually in Falkirk. They were brought down the road and came here and basically, I was going to say waded across the water there, but not exactly shallow. But I think, oh, there's a seal over there. Oh, don't know if you spotted it. There he's there. So there you go. Just there. And there you go. You hopefully will see the wildlife. And I think there's a seal coming up to see me. There you go. You see it all in Skye. Even the seal. So we've come off the main road, 7 miles, we now need to go back as a single track. And where I want to go to now is I want to go and visit an old ruined castle. And when you say old ruined castle, you mean an old ruined castle. So let's head off there next, okay? We're going to hang a right here and head up to a place called Armadale. So here we go, Dunscaith Castle, scene of many a clan feud and battle. I don't know how easy it is to get up the steps. There's not an awful lot left of it as it disappears into the sea. Maybe what was the drawbridge isn't a drawbridge anymore. We're leaving Dunscaith Castle and we're still in the south of the island. This is called the Slate Peninsula. So we're going to head further down south to a place called the Isle of Skye, which is the most southerly point we'll visit on the island during our travel. So let's head there now. Now at the most southerly point now of the Isle of Skye, and the place is called Isle of Skye. 2.5 miles on from the Isle of Skye is an actual viewpoint called the Point of Skye. Now, 5 mile round journey. I don't have the time for it unfortunately today, so I'm going to have to forfeit that and just show you the view from behind me. So pretty impressive what. And I believe further up that road is the Point of Skye, which I'm afraid not today, folks. Okay, so let's head to where we're going to stay, which is actually in the main town called Portree, the capital. So we're going to head up north now, away back from Sleat, and we'll head up to our accommodation, and I'll show you that. I've arrived here at the Isle of Skye in Portree, and I'm staying in the Antlers Rest, which is just behind me. So let's go and see what the accommodation looks like before we unpack. Truth actually be told, I've stayed here before, so I know exactly what I'm getting. It's ideal. So, nice wee room. With coffee making facilities and toilet. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so it looks as though we'll be here for the next couple of days. And Harley's in the car park, so yep, everything's taken about. Okay, let the adventure begin. We're heading over to the Old Man of Storr. I think you could possibly see it way over there. There's two peaks, and the Old Man of Storr is the higher needled peak. So we're heading over there at the moment. And behind it is I can't remember the name of the ridge. I'll try and remember the name of that ridge. And what we'll do is we'll get into the car park at the store, and then we can walk up and I'll let you see what it looks like up there. There's again, it's been the sort of centre of film locations and etc. etc. But yeah, it's quite impressive. So that's where we're heading at the moment. You can see the single pinnacle and the two sharp pinnacles to the left of it, but the Old Man of Storr is the large one there, so very impressive. The ridge behind it, I can't remember, I think it's called the Trottenish Ridge, and you can climb further past the Old Man of Storr. There's a car park at the Old Man of Storr, so what we'll do is pop in there, have a wee wander up and see what we can see. So hang on to your hats. You know, I keep thinking, I've been to the Old Man of Storr before, but I keep thinking one day that's going to collapse. A lot of averages, as it must do. I mean, it's sitting so precariously on a single pinnacle, but don't want to be under that when it does it. Okay, we've come up from the car park, and before us is the Old Man of Storr, a 50-metre pinnacle, finger pointing upwards, and about 12 metre in diameter, made from gabbro rock, which is very erosion resistant, and that's why it still stands today. That island over there is Rassay. There's a wee tabletop mountain there, which I believe my wife is climbing tomorrow. Just over here. And I think we'll leave the Old Man of Storr. Looks as though it's perched very precariously, so I don't know if standing here for a million years is a good very good idea. And there's another peak as well. Anyway, need to make my way back down, which is down that way, back to the bike. We'll leave the car park now of the Old Man of Storr and head up about 12 miles to a place called Staffin, and from there we'll head on to the Quiraing. Staffin is a place, I can't remember if I had said to you earlier on, that's where the dinosaur prints have been found in the beach. So don't know if we'll see any today, because apparently they're difficult to pick up due to either the tide being in or seaweed covering them, so we may be unlucky on that point. Never mind. We're now just heading up to Staffin. Isn't that just stunning? You know, you don't know what you've got in Scotland until you get a nice sort of right day, and then you think, why do we need to go to Spain and Portugal on our holidays? If we could only guarantee 20 plus degrees, we'd love it. I'm not sure what that upstanding piece of land is in front of us, but I know there's a place up here called Kilt Rock, where apparently there's a waterfall which falls down the face of a cliff from a hilltop, so it could be on the other side of that. Maybe look out to see if there's a name. Up those hills, I think that's the end of what's termed the Trotternish Ridge, which stretches for, I think it stretches for about 20 miles. And that is what the Old Man of Storr is actually part of. Hold on, Kilt Rock viewpoint. Oh well. Maybe worth a look. So here we are at Kilt Rock, and this is what I would like to show you in the drone, but unfortunately there's no drones allowed around here, principally because of the wildlife, birds, etc. Look at that view, that's okay, isn't it? Unfortunately, we won't see the Kilt Rock from the drone, so we'll just need to be satisfied with. Kilt Rock is a 60-metre high sea cliff. Its tall columns are made of hard basalt rock which stand on top of a softer sandstone. This part of Skye was formed over millions of years. So, there you are, that's as close as we're going to get to it today. And if you look at the wee sketch here, that just shows you a wee man, the softer sandstone and the hard basalt rock above it. Okay, so we're at Kilt Rock and we're just going to head up now to Staffin and then hopefully the Quiraing after that. So here we go. Isn't that something else? Staffin! Okay. So, to summarise where we've been on episode 3 of our trip to Skye, just let's have a look at the map of the Isle of Skye. So, we started off here at a place called Kyleakin, and we had came over from the Kyle of Lochalsh in the previous episode. So we came from Kyleakin, and we followed the road and we took the single track road down to a place called Kylerhea, and that's when we looked across the water to Glenelg. We then retraced our steps back up the single track route onto the main road again, and then followed the road down, and we took the cut off to Armadale, and we followed the road down to Armadale, and we took the cut off here and we headed up to Ord and Tarsvaig, and we went to Dunscaid Castle, followed the coast road, and then we came back into the main road, rejoined it at Kilbeg, and then we carried on past Kilbeg to the Aird of Sleat, and that's as far as we went. We then retraced our steps back along the main road, back here, and then we took the main road and we headed off to a place called Kyleakin, past Kyleakin and back to where we were staying at Portree, and the Antlers Rest. From Portree we then took the road up to Old Man of Storr, and then from Old Man of Storr we went further on. We passed Kilt Rock, we passed Staffin, and then we went as far and we took the road turn off and we finished here at the Quiraing. Yeah, so that's
End of episode 3 on my motorbike tour of the Isle of Skye, and I hope you can join me on episode 4 where we start off at the Quiraing. So I will see you then.